Are you tired of the rat race in America? Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand, or 10,000 Kenyan shillings, or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from Kellen Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive-Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs and on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us on the stream a little earlier today. We're doing it a little earlier because I have to go wear one of my other hats here after the stream. So I said, let me go ahead and do this a little earlier. I was probably going to postpone this one, but I said, you know what? No. We got to talk about your former president, Barack Hussein Obama. He really has some nerve, right? And I'm pretty sure some of you have seen some of the footage. Maybe some of you have not. Me as a Black American man and a Black American voter, I am very, very offended at this gentleman. He's always tried to talk crazy to us as Black American men. And we're going to get a little bit more into that this evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 11th. So we are trucking along, and I'm so glad we're trucking along in the year, because when we're waking up in the morning, it's like cooled down a little bit in the mornings, and I love it. I've been looking forward to it. I want my light bill to go down. It could be cold as all get out, because my heater runs on natural gas, not the electricity like that. So it can be cold. And shout out to the cold weather. Come on in. I'm sick of these hurricanes too. That's another thing. And shout out to everybody in Florida who's still dealing with that, North Carolina, South Carolina, and anywhere else from Hurricane Helene. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you download the African Diaspora News Channel app. It's a great day to do it because I remember getting paid on Friday, right? And that's always a great day to do it. You can support our show that way. Once you download the app, you can choose monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Like I say, once again, it supports our show. We get 100% of the proceeds when you support the show that way. Any amendments to live streams, like we had to amend the live stream the other day, but but in its entirety, it is on the app. If we have to take something down, it's always going to be on the app. Okay, just letting y'all know that. So we're gonna go ahead on and get our devotional out the way, and then we're gonna go ahead on and see if we can cook a little bit this evening on President Barack Obama, because he didn't went too far, I think, in my opinion. And let me see here, who we gonna do tonight? I don't know if we did that or not. I don't even know. Let me think here. Well, speaking of his homegirl, let's go ahead on and cue his homegirl up. Why not?
You know, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah.
And I'm wondering what the United States is going to do more specifically to set up a permanent infrastructure. And relatedly, is the United States willing to make a specific allocation for Ukrainian refugees? And for President Duda, I wanted to know if you think, and if you asked the United States to specifically accept more refugees.
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed.
Okay, I can first. Okay.
This is just an extraordinary testament to the importance of having a president who understands the power of diplomacy and understands the strength that rests in understanding the significance of diplomacy and strengthening alliances. This is an incredible day.
Okay, so what we're gonna cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah. I believe that we need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris. All right, let's go ahead on and get class started, because we got to get this thing going a little sooner than later tonight. Normally we have a little bit more relaxed time, but we're going to just get on into it. All right, so definitely before we get started, make sure if you have not been registered to vote, I know early voting has already started. Some states you still register online, especially black men. I'm talking to you tonight. I'm only talking to you. Black men, if you are not registered to vote, please get registered to vote, vote.gov, because what we're going to hear tonight from this evening from former President Barack Hussein Obama, it'll make anybody want to actually get up and go vote against these people. All right. So as we have been reporting, Vice President Kamala Harris is not doing too well with the black community. We talked about all these polls that has came out, has said that is, 78% support her and 15% Trump. And I said last night, if the voting went just like that, she got 78% of the black vote and 15% of the black vote went to Trump, she loses the election. Democrats cannot win any election with anything under 80% of the black vote. Preferably if they can have 85 or more, it usually guarantee them more of a win. Democrats cannot win elections without black Americans. You better be sure. But the story, and I told y'all this months ago. I told y'all this when Joe Biden was in office, that the story of the 2024 election was going to be us, black men, black American men, FBA men, whatever what you want to say. It was going to be us. I told y'all that. And right now, all you keep hearing is black men, black men, black men, black men, black men. Because black men did something that they wasn't ready for. Black men said, you know what? We done with that. We done. We just gonna go move with our feet. And I told y'all many, many times, the most powerful thing men could do, period, but black men in particular, we don't have to take abuse. We don't have to take disrespect. We don't have to be talked down to. Just grab your stuff, get up, and walk away. And I told you at the time when this happened, I said, black women gonna start following you too. And what have we started seeing? Black women starting to follow black men when they walked away. Understand? The reason why you had all these black women just sitting in the Democrat Party because black men was sitting there, right? And so they say, well, the men is there. I mean, sure, I might well be there too. But there's a lot of black women that will follow black men. Now, you got some women that's going to stay over there. Fine, let them stay. But don't you see more black women coming out now against the Democrats and their crap? Why? Because of you as black men. So they're in trouble. They in trouble. They don't know what to do. So they're trying the same old playbook. Bring out the celebrities. That's not working because we have no respect for the celebrities. We'll enjoy them watching sports. We'll watch them act or whatever they're doing. Great, right? But we're not really listening to them on any kind of political discourse because we understand they're hired hands getting paid to do a job. We understand that, right? They're biased in what they're doing. They think we're silly enough as black people, but particularly black American men. They think we're silly enough to listen to some actor, actress, or some sports figure and do what they say, like we're dumb or something, right? So they decided, the Vice President Kamala Harris, you know what? Hey, Barack, I need you because I am in trouble with these black men and I can't speak to them because they're not listening to me. They're not. There's a lot of reasons why we're not listening to you, ma'am. But so they brought Barack Obama out. And Barack Obama, I want you to hear this. This man went full misandrist. Oh, he went full. But see, that has been the tenet of his presidency, being a misandrist. He always talked down to black men, always, and black people. It's not that hard to figure that out. We suffered as a black community for 8 years because of him. The folks couldn't do him nothing, but we were the proxy as black Americans. More black Americans died underneath his watch from police or any other white supremacist than even underneath Trump. When Trump got in, all that stuff just stopped. But we had the so-called, and I say so-called. Now, if you go back today, people would look at him the same because he's not FBA. Everybody know that now. And we clearly see about having people who's like him, non-FBA is our representation, what that usually gets us, right? So let's get to what Barack Obama had to say to black men. Now, black men, I want you to listen to this. And black men in other countries throughout the world who could be watching, you brothers, I want you to listen how they talk to us here. And they think we gonna vote for them after talking to us like this. Let's go ahead and cue this up. Where we at? There we go. Here we go.
Communities is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. Who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land. You just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. So now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable.
This other
is that.
All right. So I'm gonna start this over because that second part is what got me more hot than the first one, right? So let's go ahead on and go through this like we normally do, and let's go ahead on and break it down.
We have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running.
Correct. 100% correct. Let me tell you why. The reason why that you don't see the enthusiasm for her actually has nothing to do with her. I'm not going to blame her on that. You're like, oh, you're not blaming her? Not at all. You know who I'm blaming for that? The man speaking. Let's go back a little bit. The enthusiasm for you, sir, was you ran, you are articulate. Black folks say, wow, this is a very articulate man. He wants to be the president of the United States. Wow, look his wife, look his children. Wow, it would be great to have a black family in the White House. We thought we'd never see something like that. So we say, you know what, let's all come out and vote for the black man. This is before the time of delineation. Let's go out and vote for the black man and his family because we want to see a black family and a black man be president of the United States. So we all, including myself, we all voted based on skin color, not your policies. We all did it. We all went in our neighborhoods at that time and told people who never voted, hey man, get ready to vote. We got to put the first black president. Come on, man, we got to vote. We got to do that. And everybody got up and registered to vote. They never seen so many black people vote in the history of this country. Like black people voted in 2008, and black folks went out to vote in 2008 because you were perceived to be black. Okay. Fast forward to 2024. That's not going to work for Kamala Harris because we're not voting on color. Number two, we're paying attention to where you're from now. And where you're from has a lot to do with your mindset and the way you act toward black Americans. Understand? The voter apathy that's out there, that's your fault. That's not even her fault. That's your fault. Because you had 8 years in the White House. And you did nothing for black Americans, sir. You did nothing. Every time I look up, you was talking about the LGBT. You were talking about the LGBT so much, I thought you was LGBT myself. I've never seen a straight man advocate for LGBT like that in my life. I've never seen it. I mean, listen, I knew what was, I never seen it. When this man put the LGBT flag on the White House, I'm like, what is he doing? Black Americans didn't go out for you to vote for you for all that you were doing. All this stuff with the immigrants, DACA and all that mess you did, right? Black Americans didn't go out and vote for you because of that. Now, black Americans thought, let me tell you what they thought, why they voted for the black man, including myself. Well, he's black like us. He's dealt with discrimination. He's dealt with racism. So, man, we're going to have a black president, and he about to go and criminalize his racism and put these racists in jail. And, hey, he going to free our people out of these jails, mass incarceration and all of that. And he going to get at these police, and he going to, change the system and all that because he is a black man. That's what we thought. As a black man, he knows. So he should go ahead on and just do this automatically without us saying, hey, what's your policies? Right? And that would normally be a correct assumption, but it didn't happen like that. What this man started to do and his surrogates, well, you didn't ask for nothing. Huh? You didn't ask for nothing? And what did he really promise? He didn't promise anything. Hope and change is what he promised, right? He's the reason why Hillary Clinton lost the election. It was him. You remember, he wagged his finger at black folk and say, protect my legacy.
What?
Protect your legacy. The legacy of you doing nothing for black Americans. That's why Hillary lost. It was because of you. Well, and her too, because she called the super predators and all that. But it was mostly because of you. Black folks said, man, I'm cool on all that, man. I'm cool. I ain't worrying with that. Man, we wasted our time. That's what it's because of you, okay? So let's be clear. Let's be clear.
Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences.
Okay. You mentioned Vice President Kamala Harris. She can't relate to me, sir. She can't relate to me. First and foremost, me or other black men wasn't going back and forth to India. So she can't relate. You can't even say she's a black American woman and relate to even the black American women and what they went through. Okay, that's number one. Most black people didn't move to Canada. I'm talking about black Americans. Most of us didn't move to Canada and live in white neighborhoods with our Indian mamas, right? We didn't do that, okay? Black Americans, black American men aren't immigrants, and we aren't the children of immigrants either. So how could we really relate to her like that? And it's not an issue if you are an immigrant, if you immersed yourself in black American culture, been with black Americans the whole time you've been here, like you basically a de facto black American. Yeah, your parents may came from Ghana, but you're a de facto black American because when you got here, you just immersed yourself in the culture. That's all you be around. You respect the culture. You know the history. You know all of that, right? So it's not that a person's an immigrant that is an issue. It's all about the culture. Culture is king, right? It's culture. And she does not relate to black American culture. Now, she can relate to East Indian culture. Maybe she can relate to Canadian culture. But she cannot relate to us. How's she going to relate to me as a black American man? How many crackheads does she know in her neighborhood? That's what I want to know. How many Skeetermans was in her neighborhood? That's one of the famous crackheads in my neighborhood, Skeeterman. Man, for $5, Skeeterman do anything you need so you can get some crack. She can't relate to that. She ain't got no Skeeterman or whatever crackhead story. Man, some of them crackheads, you know, were mechanics. Man, look, give the crackhead a $5, go buy the part or something else, and boy, the crackhead to fix your car, the crackhead to paint your house, the crackhead to cut your yard if you got the lawnmower and everything for him. You can't relate to that. How's she gonna relate to that? How many of her friends was arrested in the crack epidemic? How many people she seen killed by the police during that time? How's she gonna relate? Well, where was she when the LA riots was going on? Where was she at? Did she jump for joy when OJ was found innocent? I jumped for joy. It felt like the Black Super Bowl happened when OJ was found innocent of a crime he did not commit. Where was she at? She wasn't celebrating with us. So how could she relate? She went to HBCU, yes, and so do white people go to HBCUs, and Asians go, and Arabs go. Just you go to HBCU don't mean anything. It's a college. That's the one you chose to go to, it's just HBCU. So it doesn't mean anything that you're immersed in the culture. Now, she was immersed in the culture of Willie Brown, right? But that was an end to a means. she messed around with downtown Willie Brown, not because she was trying to relate to black people, but she was trying to get somewhere. And it worked out for her, right? Downtown Willie Brown made sure not only she was a prosecutor, but attorney general, because he was a big time Democrat in California politics. But when it was time to get married, she didn't marry an FBA like Willie Brown. You know, she went and got Doug. Right? Okay, that's fine. So how could she really relate to us, sir? How? At least you married an FBA. You were in Chicago, where a lot of FBAs were at. So that's why you kind of knew how to talk a little bit, because you were around a lot of FBAs in Chicago. She's not around any FBAs. And I'm not condemning her about her husband. It's just she ain't around enough FBAs. She never have been. That's why she's awkward like that. She's offbeat. She kind of got that white girl energy a little bit about her. Offbeat. This, you know, it's just. But let's continue.
We said to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land.
Okay, let me tell you something else, Barack Obama. Black men have been working hard ever since the plantation field, okay? Stop telling black men to work hard. Every black man I know is working hard because this society will not let black men coast on the job or do nothing easy or laid back. Black men have to be at work on time or they get fired. Black men got to follow all the company procedures or they get fired. You understand what I'm saying? Black men have to stay busy at the job or they get fired. Black men do work hard every time. And we're so sick and tired of y'all telling black men to work hard. Sir, you don't work hard. You know why you don't work hard? Because you got some money. And a lot of my brothers tired of working hard. Because notice the people that got all the money, they don't get up and break their back. They're not coming home sore like that from working hard. The people that's making all the money work smart. They hire other people to do jobs. And my brothers want to do the exact same thing. Right? You don't get nowhere in life just working hard. Sorry, I'm going to tell you that. You get somewhere in life by working smart. And I was given that advice at 19 years old by a FBA elder when I worked at Walmart. He saw me doing something, lifting, you young, you just throwing stuff around. He said, hey, young man, hold on. He said, what you just did? You're going to feel that you get my age, you keep that up. He said, don't work hard. You don't get no reward from that. He said, work smart. Always find a way to do the job. Use your brain. It's always an easier way to be efficient at any job. And when that FBA brother on the job, he worked in maintenance, sweeping, mopping, buffing the floor. I took that to heart. What our elder told me at 19 years old. And I've always sought, how can I do a job efficiently, quickly, and use my brain? We fast forward to 2024. What technology I can use? If it's automation, if it's AI, if it's a software, whatever it may be, what can I do to get the job done? That's working smart, not hard. You understand? Black men been working hard for free for 250 years, reduced wages during Jim Crow, and black men still aren't paid what they're worth, or black women. Y'all bring immigrants in here and paper them up way more than you paper up black Americans. These other men didn't have to work hard to get all these resources that Kamala and Biden just brought in here. And I'm going to keep using that point because it's the truth. They prioritize men of other countries. But go. Why don't you go to the migrant shelters, Barack Obama, and go wag your finger at them to go vote for your girl. Because all the resources that could have went to black men, if they would have gave black men all the money that they gave to these migrants, if they would have gave black men all these job fairs that was given to the migrants, if they gave black men all the food stamps, all the EBT, right? Like they gave to the migrants, maybe they would say, you know what, Kamala papered us up. Man, let's go vote for Kamala, because shoot, man, she took care of us. See, you can't not invest in black men and expect a return. That's like me thinking I'm gonna go and cash out some Apple stock when I didn't put nothing in it. How am I cash out and I ain't put nothing in Apple? And that's exactly what y'all doing. You trying to cash out on black American men when you didn't put nothing in, man. Y'all got some nerve. And I'm so glad my people are waking up. I'm so glad my people are waking up. Thank God y'all waking up. It's a beautiful thing to see. Let's continue.
You just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody?
First of all, it's not about a woman, okay? It's that particular woman. A lot of people, I just saw, some of the highlights from the Univision. Kamala went to a all Latino town hall. She haven't hosted a town hall just for black people, not at all. But she went participate in one for Latinos, right? And even the Latinos were saying, hey, like how you kind of got nominated, that doesn't sit well with me because you didn't go through the primary. Latinos was telling her that, just like black men will say the same thing. You didn't go through a primary like everybody else. That doesn't sit well with me that y'all delegates selected you. Your donors put you up, not the people. You understand? It's not being a woman, it's that particular woman that people have an issue with, or black men in particular. And so what, Barack Obama? If a black man says, I'm choosing my couch, it's nothing you could do about it. Nothing. If a black American man says, I want to vote for Trump, it's nothing you could do about it, sir. Black men, tell them that. If I want to vote for Trump, I'm going to do it. And if I choose the couch, I'm going to do it. If I want to vote for Cornel West, I will do it. You understand? Robert Kennedy, Jill Stein, whatever. Whoever I choose to vote for. It's my business, but they're more so worried about Trump. Let me tell you something, Barack Obama. You're going to push black men to go vote for Trump to spite you. And in a way, I'm the spite guy. You're going to push a lot of black men to vote for Trump. Period. You really think that talking to black men like that with your record and your history toward black men, that you could come and wag your finger at black men? Like you so much better than us or something? Listen, you go talk to your wife like that, but you don't talk to us like that. You can go talk to your kids like that if you want to. But you can go talk to us like that as black men. We got self-respect. Let's continue. No. It's not misogyny. He's not using misogyny. He's using misandry. Make sure you understand the correct terms. He's being misandrous.
Who has a history of denigrating you?
Sir, you got a history of denigrating us. You talking about Trump? You got a history of it. You're doing it now. You sit up there talking about Trump while you're doing the so-called same thing that he's doing, denigrating. Why? Because how dare black American men use their human right? Listen, forget voting. It's your human right to think. You mean to tell me that black American men can't use their human rights to think on their own with the brain that God gave them? You mean to tell me black American men don't have human rights where they can just ask questions? Y'all have the attitude like y'all own us, like we own some slave plantation. And we know the Democrats was the original slave owners. That's why you approach black people the way you do. Because that was already in you, and that's what you were doing from the beginning. You can look up American history. The Democrats was the slave owners. So that's why they talk that way to black people. And you wonder why we talk about the boule and all of that, because we said that they are the Stephen on the plantation. And that's how they act toward black people. I want to see him, check this out. What he's doing is not only misandrist, but discriminatory. It's discriminatory because you're only targeting black men with that speech. Why don't you go talk to white men? Go talk to a bunch of white men in a white area, maybe up north if you want to. Go talk to them like that. Or you can come down south and talk to white men about that. What they not going to do and why they not going to vote for her because she's a woman. Go talk to white men. See what y'all trying to do. They laying the groundwork, brothers and sisters. If they lose the election, it's because of these black men. You're not going to talk about all the white men that want to vote for Trump. Why don't you go talk to them? Them Trump rallies be full of white men. But you won't go open your mouth to them, right? Why don't you go tell these white men about January the 6th and Project 2025? Go talk to them about that. Try to go fearmonger them. White women went vote for Trump in 2016 over Hillary, another white woman. Why aren't y'all talking about white women? Leave black men the hell alone. Y'all need to go talk to white men and white women. Go talk to these Asian men. Why aren't you hollering at Asian men, sir? And telling them about the stakes of the election and all that. Go talk to Asian men. Remember, the Democrat Party protected Asians. Hold on. Just so I can remind y'all. Hold on. Let me. Where is it at? Here we go. Okay, cool. It's right there. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the Democrat Party protected Asians, okay? Barack Obama, carry your happy self to Chinatown, Koreatown, and anywhere else, Little Vietnam and Little Japan or whatever else people are at in their neighborhoods. Go holler at the Asian men and say, hey, you don't know about the stakes of the election. You don't want to vote for her because she's a woman. And then you throw it in their face and say, hey, this administration signed an Asian hate crime bill to protect Asians. So you need to get up and go out and vote for Kamala Harris because she protected y'all. Could you imagine if the Democrats did just an inkling of anything for black Americans, how they'll be talking to us right now? You understand? You feel me? So go holler at Asian men about voting for your home girl. You understand? We're not going to take this disrespect. I'm not, I've been saying I'm not taking disrespect from y'all because I told y'all I'm not voting for that woman or no Democrat in this election. It ain't happening. Look how they talk to us. You would be a silly, silly man if you go sit up there and vote for them at this point. Being disrespected and you still go vote for them? No. No. Now let's continue.
Because you think that's a sign of strength? Because that's what being a man is? Putting women down? That's not acceptable.
Okay, we'll get to Nina Turner here in a minute. But, let's call it what it is. Trump, no matter what he is, and everybody don't agree with Trump. I don't agree with everything that Trump do. But Trump don't walk around here buck broken. That's what a lot of brothers like about Trump. Trump not running around here sassy, like your party, sir. A lot of men are attracted to the strength in no matter what it comes from. Just men in general. And black men if you be in the Democrat Party, look who y'all put up. Andrew Gillum. Need I go there? Look all the Democrat shields that you have. Look at all of them. Look at Bakari Sellers. Look at Boulay Martin. Look at the Keith Boykin guy. Look at Michael Eric Dyson. Look at all these different people that they have. No black man look up to them and say, you know what? I like that. I'm attracted to that kind of strength as a man. One thing about Trump, he don't back down from y'all. He triples down on what he say. Even if he say something wrong, he triples down on it. He go at people that try to get at him. A lot of men in general like that. And he don't put up with no mouth from nobody. Male, female, he don't care. And a lot of people say, you know what? I like a president like that. I don't want no president that want to tap dance or change their accent for who they be around, like Kamala. Wherever she goes, she's changing herself. Staying on business, right? But this man got some nerve. But let's play this clip real quick of Sista Nina Turner, a great black woman that understands, right? So let's cue this up.
Other issue I want to bring up is a problem too. Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women. And why, as a politician, we should be trying to get all voters to vote. And hopefully there are a few good men out there who do care about the stripping away of some of women's bodily autonomy. But this is wrong for President Obama. It is a wrong course for the Harris-Waltz campaign to lay at the feet of black men when they have their reasons. In 2020, the vice president was labeled a cop, as we know.
But do you think, sorry to interrupt you, Nina, but do you think he's right? That one of the reasons is because they don't like the idea of a woman.
It might be some listen, black men are socialized in the same society as any other man. So yes, is misogyny maybe a part of it? But again, is President Obama and is the Harris-Waltz campaign going to lecture other male groups in the same way that they're lecturing black?
Now, I like that. I like that because, and you see none of them like that. See, let me tell you something. America has a hate, barely like relationship with black American men. I'm going to repeat that again. They have a hate and barely like relationship with black American men. If you can see how when Nina Turner was defending the brothers and she was accurate in everything she was saying, the white lady, the way she was looking at her, Abby Phillip didn't like that as well. She wants to bring up misogyny, right? Nobody likes when black American men are defended because this country has a hate, barely like relationship with black Americans. Just remember what I'm telling you. Let that stick. That's why I'm probably going to keep repeating it. America and a lot of the world has a hate, barely like relationship. Now, I know you heard the love, hate. No, it's no love at all. It's hate and barely like. That's why they was cutting looks at her like that. How dare Nina Turner get on CNN and actually diagnose the problem with black American men and why we as a group are not getting down with these Democrats who are hella disrespectful. One thing I'm not going to do is reward anybody who disrespect me. I'm not going to do that. If you start disrespecting me, then I got to pull back. I'm going to pull back and I got to assess how we going to deal with each other because I don't really tolerate disrespect. I just don't. Because once you let people disrespect you, and I'm telling men this, once you let anybody disrespect you, then it becomes a habit. And then that habit is going to grow to even more and more disrespect to you. So this is why you got to make sure that you let people know you're not going to disrespect me. Now, I'm not saying when you deal with people disrespecting you, it has to be any kind of violence. That's dumb. You only go to the area of physical, anything unless the person physically trying to harm you. But the one thing that you can do is remove yourself, cut off ties, and all of that due to disrespect. Period. In relationships, ladies, if you really want to end your relationship, start disrespecting your man. Respect is everything to a man. If people see a man is not to be respected, he gonna be disrespected by everybody: women, men, and children. So when we talk about political disrespect, because what the Democrats like to do is political disrespect to black men. Then they like to play this gender warring, and think about it. They have been the cause of relationship issues with black men and black women. When black men and black women need to work together, because we all we have outside of the Lord, right? The Democrats purposely divide the straight-laced alpha black man, want to prop up the black woman and give her an inflated ego, which they don't do that to the white woman and the white man. I want you to notice that in the Democrat Party. They don't elevate the white woman over the white man. They don't elevate the Hispanic woman over the Hispanic man. They don't elevate the Asian woman over the Asian man, the Arab woman over the Arab man, the East Indian woman over the East Indian man. They don't do that. They make sure those communities stay in line and work with each other in their party. But when it comes to black Americans in particular, and I say black Americans, not African immigrants, because they don't do that to them either. They don't do that to Caribbean immigrants, but they do it to black Americans. Because as long as black Americans are at each other's throats, then we can't work together, because they don't want to see a repeat of the 1960s or anything else that we have done when we unify. You understand? That Democrat Party has been one of the main factors of keeping gender warring going. The breakdown of the black families has been this Democrat Party. That's who I blame. So if you really want to fix the black man, by him walking away from the Democrat Party like he's doing, trust me, the black family is going to start repairing itself on its own. Because now you're removing yourself where the collaborators are trying to keep division going. You understand? See, the black women that walked away with the black man are the black women that want to work with the community. You feel me? And the ones that want to keep the division going, they still over there. And that's fine. Leave them over there. You notice how when we started to get away from the Democrat Party, delineating, all that, you notice things start slowly starting to turn around in black America. You notice that? That's been our problem the whole time, is that we need to delineate from everybody, delineate from political parties, delineate from other groups in this country. No matter where they come from, no matter if they're born here or not, delineate from other groups, because you cannot do nothing with all these different, you have to understand, all these different people around you got agendas. And their agendas is not for the betterment of FBAs. It's for the betterment of their group. It's a betterment for their religion. It's a betterment of their political party. It's not for the benefit of FBAs. Other groups don't get no benefit at watching brothers and sisters work together, build families, raise children, create institutions, schools, business districts. They don't get a benefit from that. They get a benefit by black Americans staying at the bottom. Because if we at the bottom, they can walk on top of us. You understand? The Democrat Party doesn't benefit off of black Americans doing well. They want you at the bottom. They want you on social programs. And now they took the programs away from you and gave it to the migrants. You can't even say you with the Democrats for that now, because they took the programs away. You're right, Scoop. They never had respect for our people, but we didn't respect ourselves. You can't get mad at somebody disrespecting you when you don't respect yourself. The very, 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 very first line of respect is you must respect yourself. The person looking back at you in the mirror is the person that you need to say, okay, I'm going to respect myself. And by respecting yourself, you don't allow disrespect. Disrespect don't have to be cussing you out. It could be backhanded compliments as a form of disrespect, and you catch it. Disrespect is undermining, trying to backbite, be betraying people low key. There's all kind of ways people can disrespect you. And you got to let that person know up front, hey, look, I saw what you did. And I can't tolerate that, 'cause I look at that as disrespect, man, or lady. I look at that as disrespect. And I can listen, I can work with anybody. I can be cool with anybody. But the moment you cross the line and disrespect me, we can't work together. I can't deal with you, nothing. And you don't got too many times to do it either. You don't. Now, it depends on what kind of disrespect it is. Sometimes it's one and done. But if it's something small and the person maybe didn't know, hey, I'm going to let you know that first time. Hey, man, I ain't like that. But after I tell you that one time it's something small, it don't matter what you do after that. I'm going to disappear like a vapor. You know how you'll see a vapor in the air, water vapor, mist, and 1 minute it's there, boom, it's gone? Or let me say something else. You know how that vape smoke that y'all smoke, the vapes? You know how you blow the vape out? You see that smoke 1 minute, and the next second, the vape is gone. Where's the smoke? That's how you're supposed to disappear from people that disrespect you. Black men, the Democrat Party has no respect for black men. They sent out their former president, okay? And this is the Harris-Walz campaign that did this. This man didn't do this on his behalf. Understand? He didn't do that on his behalf. He did it on Kamala Harris's behalf. So since she want to be disrespectful, okay, since you want to send your boy out to disrespect black men, listen, he not on the ballot. He did his 8 years. He got his Netflix deals and all. Man, Obama's fine. He ain't worried about no elections. But since you want to send him out there with you, okay. Listen, I'm going to say this much. Any black man at this point that will go vote for Kamala Harris, you disrespecting yourself. And if you want this woman to disrespect you, and that's fine. That's on you. They let you know what kind of man you are. But let me tell you something. A woman if women disrespect you like that, you'll never have a woman. Some of you men out there, you have women problems because you let them disrespect you. That's why. Women are hardwired not to respect a man and don't respect himself or allow disrespect. I'm letting you know that. They're all hardwired that way. No matter what they tell you. If you let them disrespect you, your relationship is about over. You understand? Now, let's see what happens in this election. Now, we know we got some beta males in our black American men community. We know that. A lot of people waking up, but we have some beta males, okay? I understand. I get it. But to those of you, you're talking about Boulay Martin, I'm not going to repeat what you just said. I don't care about nobody's with all that. That's him. If he want to look at Bussy on the screen, that's on him. That's with him and his wife. I don't know. But we already know what kind of people Boulay Martin and the gang is. They're going to go vote for Harris, but they are part of the sassy brigade, right? We're not part of the sassy brigade. So that has nothing to do with us. Once again, any self-respecting black man, straight-laced alpha black man, after hearing that, after Harris sent it, because Harris, remember this, she sent out Barack Obama. He was at his house, minding his business. She the one tapped his shoulder, hey, get out there and go talk to them black men. Get out there and do it. So she just disrespected black men. And so we know how to deal with that disrespect. We just not going to vote for you. That's all. And Barack Obama, we choose the couch. That's our business. We vote for Trump. It's not our business. I hope 22% of black people vote for Trump at this point. I hope they do. Oh my God, I hope they do. Or even if it's 20% vote for Trump, I hope they do. And because I would love to see the tears. Oh, I love to see the tears. I love it. I love it. And listen, I'm cool with getting cussed out because, your boy Boulay Martin will be cussing everybody out. He will be cussing me out, sure. And I get a kick out of that. I think that's the funniest thing ever. When somebody crash out cussing me out. I mean, you ain't gonna make me mad. I'm just gonna laugh. I think it's funny. It is funny, ladies and gentlemen. You say John says Obama has the nerve. Hey, of course he got some nerve, but just go ahead and exercise your right to vote. I don't know if early voting started already where you at, brother, but go show Kamala Harris that how black men deal with disrespect at the ballot box. Go show her that. Go show her more you can tell her. Go show her. That's how you show her that you don't tolerate disrespect. She would never disrespect white men like this. Well, she ain't gonna disrespect the men of her husband at all. She ain't gonna disrespect Hispanics, Asians, Arabs. She's not gonna disrespect none of them men. Right? So we just gotta show her more we can tell her. All right, B1, truth be told, thank you for the love offering. Says the reason we have a Donald Trump is because of Obama. Obama influence didn't help Hillary Clinton, and it sure isn't going to help Kamala. It's true. Lord hybrid. Thank you very much for that love offering. Say Obama has done nothing for the black community since leaving office. That's true. He ain't done a freaking thing. He even goes to Africa and encouraged them to accept LGBTQ and shout out to President Kenyatta, because President Kenyatta in Kenya totally behind. Hey man, we don't rock with that out here. Hey, you can keep that in America. That's y'all culture over there, but over here we don't rock with that. That's why I say shout out to Kenyatta. He said not trying to help Africa develop or increase business. All he cares about is LGBTQ for blacks, and he didn't even lift the sanctions off Zimbabwe. He continued the sanctions on Zimbabwe. He continued the whole 8 years he was in office. He continued the sanctions on Zimbabwe. But he's supposed to be a Kenyan, half Kenyan, and he's not going to sit up there and help his fellow brothers that should have never been sanctioned in the first place? Like, he got some nerve. He the one that caused Gaddafi to die. It was him. He got some nerve to talk to black men when he sat up there and he gave the green light to kill Gaddafi. Just because Gaddafi was trying to unify the continent and break away from the Western world, it was him giving a green light to NATO to kill Gaddafi. And Libya has been a hellhole ever since Gaddafi has died. And that's just the truth. And Obama shook that man's hand. He was happy to talk to Obama because he never talked to America. He didn't want nothing to do with him. But he said, hey, this is the son of Africa. I'm going to go talk to him. I'm going to go work with him. How could you shake a man's hand one day and give the green light to take a man's life? That is wicked. And Barack Obama should always be told about that. That picture of him shaking Gaddafi's hand should always pop up in his head. A man happy to talk to you and want to work with you, and then you give the green light to take his life? Man, that's despicable, bro. That's despicable. Obama has no right to talk to black men. Because if you did that to Gaddafi, you'll do it to us too. Yeah, man, like I said, man, I don't even like to look at that picture with him and Gaddafi. That sickens me to the core. That sickens me to the core. And yeah, Gaddafi, he was Arab in the African continent, but he was riding for Africa where he wanted, all the black leaders, like I say, he was trying to get rid of the dollar. He was trying to get a gold dinar because they had all the gold and change the game when you couldn't do nothing with a dollar. He was putting together central banks for that gold dinar. He was about to launch satellites and all of that with the help of Russia. And so they can cut off telecommunication from the Western world where they had their own telecommunication and satellites. He was making moves. They say, oh, no, Gaddafi got to go. How dare he try to do this? And he was trying to basically unify all of them into basically like a United States of Africa. That's what he was trying to do. And they say, oh, hell no, he got to go. And Obama was the one that gave the green light to do it. A more prosperous African continent is better for the world, but not to them. They want the African continent broken. They want the African continent third world. They want warlords. They want problems. so they can keep on taking advantage and stealing their resources. That's why they can't stand brother Captain Traore in Burkina Faso. They can't stand the other brother in Mali, and they can't stand the other brother in Niger because they kicked the French out. You understand? And they keeping them out. And more of that got to spread throughout the continent. Get them folks out. But it all started with Barack Obama. He has no right to talk to anything about black men. Nothing. And Kamala Harris, that's a messed up thing you did, is put that man of all men to talk to black men, that one. You ought to feel ashamed of yourself, Kamala Harris. All right, Timothy says, preaching better than preachers in the church. Well, thank you for that. I try my best to tap into my missionary Baptist church upbringing, right? Missionary Baptist church. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go because I gotta go put on my other hat here. I wear many hats. But thank y'all for joining us tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. It's very important, the like button. Please do that. And let all your friends and family know. Say, hey, go watch the African Diaspora News Channel. They have good conversations over there. We have great journalists here, some of the best in the world, some of the best in America, covering all kind of stories. Check them out. Expand yourself not only to American news, but watch the news in the continent too. You want to be well-rounded. That's what I do. I try to look at news to keep me well-rounded. I look at Al Jazeera. I look at news platforms. I'm not gonna mention it here, but other news platforms they don't want you watching or whatever. But hey, I gotta know everything going on in the world, right? And all that. So thank y'all for listening. We